Hello, greetings everyone. I'm sitting here enjoying this nice rainy day in Maryland, and I wanted to come across and tell people, I deal with a lot of different companies. Right now, I'm dealing with a company called MyEcon. I want y'all to look me up at Larry Shields, the number three dot myecon.net. So that's LARRYSHIELDS, the number three dot myecon.net. Okay, I've had conversations with buddies, basically letting them know, like, everybody got that war story. If you think back generation to generation, so from you to your mother to your grandmother to her grandmother, pardon me, everyone has this war story. Like, uh, I remember when movies were 25 cents. I remember when it cost a nickel for a pack of cigarettes, that type of story. I try to explain to people with inflation, you can have a beautiful job right now, $80,000, $100,000 a year. That's nowhere near what it was in the 80s slash 90s. So that lets you know that the power of the dollar, not only is it slipping, but it's just not as strong. So if you think about it, everyone the quick fix is everybody saying, pardon me, you know, we need to raise the minimum wage, yada yada yada. No, that's not the case because as the minimum wage raises, so does everything else. And now, before, maybe 80s, 90s, you can go to McDonald's with $5. Now, I mean, they got a $5 menu, but the same meal that you were getting for $5 might cost you by yourself $12. So people think, I'm good, I make 100,000 a year, yada yada yada. But what I try to get people to understand is you're not going to be able to sustain a lifestyle 20 years from now with that same pay. So in 20 years, when you retire and they give you a fraction of your pay, let's just say you get lucky and you're making 75,000 a year. It's not going to be as effective. Like you're going to struggle. You're going to have to live with someone. Someone has to care for you. So I advise people, even if it's not with my company, you got to do something extra. You got to add multiple streams. That's the only way you're going to survive out here. Not, everybody knows when you add multiple streams of income, 5 to 7, you create a millionaire or whatever. But you need to create multiple streams now just to survive. Everything. If you look at our credit card debt across the board, or if you look at, what you make versus what you spend, there's no way you have all these people now that's making 100+ thousand a year that's barely getting by, if not struggling. So, I just try to drop gems. I just be thinking about a lot of stuff. I try to spread it. That's the bad thing with online marketing, or I call it, cell phone marketing, because people think when you work from your phone, it's a scam. They don't realize that that taps into your audience, your social media database. So, of course, when you get people to sign up, you get paid. But, I don't see the scam in that. It's just people don't understand it, so it's a scam. To me, going to work 9 to 5 is a scam, meaning, you know, you could be working for a company for 20 years and out of nowhere, they could just one day say, we're closing the doors. Everybody's fired. So there's no security. There's no job security in job security, meaning, you know, you never know when you're going to go. You could do nothing wrong. That company could let you go. It could just shut down. Like, think about it. Toys R Us, uh, any type of business like that, Hex, Macy's, a lot of them, Boscov's, they just closed down. Toys R Us. You could have been a regional manager for Toys R Us and they just shut down. So I don't want to put my faith or reliability on another person. Meaning, like, when I'm sure everyone's heard that expression, the ball's in your court. If I'm in the game, I got a chance to make a shot. When I take myself out the game, I have to rely, pardon me, on other people. And that's where I panic. Like, I'm not gonna place my faith, my future or finance or anything on the next person. I wanted the rest on my shoulders. So again, going to work 9 to 5. If you look at it like this, it's 12 months in a year. You pay about a third in taxes. That means that the first 4 months from January to April, you're working for Uncle Sam. Really think about it. So even if you're making 100,000 a year, you got to break that down. You're already at like 66, 67,000, but they still equate you at 100. That's why a lot of people are failing. They maxed out on credit cards, student loans, car loans. You know, it's just a terrible way to live, man. It's sad that people equate finance and success with materialistic stuff that you own, but that's the world we live in. You gotta now, especially, if you're younger than me, even if you're older than me, you gotta start planning for the next 20 years. If we're lucky to make it, you gotta think like what you're making now is not gonna do it. You might make 100, your wife might make 100, and y'all still could struggle. You don't know what type of student loan she's gonna bring in. People got hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans that they have to defer because they can't pay everything. That's not to mention nowadays. I'm gonna start driving, so I'm gonna be a little bit all over the place, but I'm just tired of sitting here in the rain. But that's not to mention, like, nowadays, people that they have children, and for a child to go to a nice school, it's equivalent to paying a college tuition. The people paying hundreds of dollars a month, if not more, for their child to attend a decent school. And then my comments on schooling is, nowadays, I tell my son all the time, I have a 13-year-old, schooling is really, like, I'm not promoting him not to go to school, but on the same token, it's like, what are they really teaching you? From the time I was in school, I graduated in 91. So a lot of you guys that's going to be younger than me, you learn about Anne Frank, the War of 1812, the Civil War, stuff like that, Christopher Columbus. And I mean, don't get me wrong, history is what it is, but that doesn't teach you how to survive as an adult. It doesn't teach you finances. It doesn't teach you Microsoft stuff. It doesn't teach you um, how to do resumes. You know, I hate to say it, man. Like, if we don't get a grip of this soon and start teaching our little young siblings or children stuff that they're gonna need in the real world, like, we're doomed. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and drive. I can't really see who came on because this is live, but I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the like. I just try to, talk about some stuff that people don't normally talk about. It's sad. Like, it's almost like this is the entitlement generation. But at the same time and same token, this is the generation that, this is the social media generation, the YouTubers, and you know, it's people out here from, let's say, 16 to 25 that are dominating social media, that are making millions of dollars on social media. So if we have time to be on social media all day, if we have time to play games all day, that might be something to consider as far as, you know, that little 8-year-old kid that does the product testing. I can't remember his name, but he made like 8 to 12 million on YouTube. And with his endorsements and everything else he has going on, he was upward $50 million last year. He's 8. Now he has all kinds of deals and stuff. This kid is ready to sign a contract for like $100 million. That's big. We talked about that. We got a network marketing group that we go in, and it's like think tank. It's like the Shark Tank without the your fire type deals, and it's real, man. It's like you better get a grips of something. So whether that means getting a good job, and I mean, you could be doing Uber, Lyft. I don't know. I can't determine what you're gonna do on the side, but you have to do something and start. Stocks are cool. Don't get me wrong, but it takes a lot of money in stocks and a lot of time. Like, you gotta real estate. I'm real estate. Me personally, I'm gonna always advocate for real estate. So I'm gonna push people. If I'm here to help people. So if anybody has any questions or concerns, they can hit me up directly. Like, I'm not. that type of person where I'm gonna just ignore people. Like I'll help you in any way possible, and I'm not gonna, it's no fees. We can just kick it. You can hit me up. We can talk. So, hopefully I provide relevant content, something to get your mind clicking. That spark going. And y'all have a beautiful day. I'll be back on in about 20 minutes. Peace.